Welcome to the Smartacus Quiz 2022, the Hindustan Times National Interschool Quiz.
My name is Meghasham Shirodkar, and I shall be your quiz master today for what happens to be one of the crunch matches in this year's quiz. This is the zonal final in the South. These are the two schools who will play today's South Zone final. On one side, we have a young team from St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram. On the other, we have Sri Kumaran Children's Home from Malasandra near Bengaluru. St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram, can we have a quick round of introductions?
I'm Siddharth Kumar Gopal. I study in grade 9 in St. Thomas Residential School. I am the youngest member as well as the team captain, and my hobbies are reading books and listening to music.
My name is Nagul Shyam and I'm studying in grade 9 in St. Thomas Residential School. My hobbies include reading and drawing.
My name is Devnarayan B. I'm studying in class 10 from St. Thomas Residential School. My hobbies include reading as well as baking.
Let us now move across to meet your opponents for today. From Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, can we have a quick round of introductions?
I'm Rohan Bhargavash. I study in grade 10 in Kumaran Children's Home. I like quizzing, coding, reading, listening to music.
My name is Tejas MH. I'm from class 12. I'm into football, chess, and quizzing.
My name is Satvik Arke and I am the team captain for Sri Kumaran Children's Home. I study in class 12 and my hobbies include Carnatic music, cycling, reading, and of course quizzing.
If you are ready, Siddharth, what is your call for today? Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads, says Siddharth. It comes up tails, which means that Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, won the toss. We will have a quick look at the rules by which today's final shall be played, or as we call it in Smartacus, the gameplay. Rohan, which topic would you like to play as your specialized topic?
I would like to pick logos.
Your topic is the world of business, and that too logos. Let us open up that box. Your first question is this. Which fast food chain was founded by Colonel Harland Saunders, whose face you see on screen, and that face can be seen in their logo as well? And your time starts now.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, more popularly known as KFC.
Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC, says Rohan, faster than it takes to fry a leg of chicken. Let's take a look at the answer. KFC is correct, and that of course is a logo that has endured through the years. That's 2 points, an early start to your successful venture in today's quiz. Let us show you the second question, Rohan. Which clothing line's crocodile logo goes back to the 1920s and its founder, who was nicknamed the Crocodile, on the tennis court? And your time starts now.
Crocs, CROCS.
Not Crocs. I will now go to your teammates, Tejas and Satvik. 15 seconds beginning now. Who wants to take this?
I will take this one. The answer is Lacoste.
Satvik says the answer is Lacoste. Let's take a look at the answer and see if he's right. Lacoste is correct. 1 point on the bonus attempt to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. We will now go to your opponents. Siddharth Kumar Gopal, which topic would you like to play as your choice of topic?
Sir, I would go with drugs and antibiotics biology.
Let us open up the box on biology. Siddharth, your first question on drugs and antibiotics is this. What compound was first isolated in 1940 by a research team led by Howard Florey and Ernst Boris Chain at the University of Oxford? And there's a clue. It won them the 1945 Nobel Prize in Physiology, or medicine as we call it, along with its discoverer, Alexander Fleming. And your time starts now.
Penicillin.
Penicillin, says Siddharth, without missing a heartbeat. Let's take a look at the answer and see if he is right. Penicillin is correct, and you see those three people who won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the discovery of penicillin. 2 points to St. Thomas Residential School. Let us see if Siddharth can make it 2 out of 2. Let's go and show you question number 2. In 2015, 2UU, who you see on the cover of Time magazine there, became the first Chinese Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine and the first Chinese woman to win a Nobel Prize. She discovered artemisinin and dihydroartemisinin, which are used to treat what famous communicable disease? And your time starts now.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis, says Siddharth. Not the answer I'm looking for. Let's go to your team now. Nakul and Dave, 15 seconds. Who wants to take this?
Cholera, I guess.
Cholera. Okay, not tuberculosis, not cholera. The first steal of today's match going across to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. What's your guess going to be?
I'll take a guess here. Is it malaria?
Tuberculosis, cholera, and malaria, all deadly. Let's take a look at who proves to be lucky here. Malaria is correct, and that's 1 point on the steal to Sri Kumaran Children's Home. Satvik, which of the 6 topics remaining on the grid shall be yours?
Sir, I'd like to play pilgrimages.
All right, let us open up the box on religion. You will have 2 questions, the first of which is this. On the left, you will see a very famous image from the Islamic world. What is the name of the cube that you see in the middle of that image? Central to the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, that houses a black meteorite believed to have been sent from heaven. I need the name of that black cube, and your time starts now.
I think it's called the Kaaba.
Satvik says, I think it is called the Kaaba, and one of the holiest of the holy for Islam, for the people who follow Islam. Let's take a look at the answer. The Kaaba it is, and it is one of the wonders of this world because it's almost perfectly cuboid in shape, and of course, very, very holy to the Muslims. 2 points to you, Satvik. Let's show you your second question. At 6,638 meters in Tibet, Mount Kailash, you can see it in the picture, is a famous holy site. People of many faiths, Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Bong culture undertake the pilgrimage to this revered site. Pilgrims who go there also take a dip in which lake, which you see in the foreground, which is also considered to be very, very sacred. And your time starts now.
So the answer is Manasa Sarovar.
1 second is what he took. Let's take a look at the answer. Manasarovar is correct, and that is why it's also sometimes called the Kailash Manasarovar Yatra, because it is almost like a twin yatra. You cannot go to Kailasha and then not take a dip in the holy lake of Manasarovar. 2 points yet again to Satvik and to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. Nakul, please let me know which topic is going to be your specialized topic.
So I would go with dwarf planets.
Dwarf planets is what you have chosen. Your first question is this. Named after the ferryman of the dead in Greek myth, Charon, which you see on the left, was the first known moon of which famous dwarf planet? This dwarf planet also has other moons called Styx, Nix, Kerberos, and Hydra. And your time starts now.
So my answer would be Pluto.
Let's take a look at the answer and see if he's right. Pluto is correct. 2 points is what you get. Good going, Nakul. Let's ask you your second question from dwarf planets. Named after the Greek goddess of fertility and agriculture, you can see a statue of her on screen. Ceres is the name of a dwarf planet, and you can see Ceres on the left. Ceres is a dwarf planet found within what area in space, which is located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Ceres happens to be the largest object of its kind in that area, and your time starts now.
So it is present in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Let's take a look at the answer. The asteroid belt is correct. Asteroids, of course, get their name from the fact that they look like stars or they are like stars. So Astra being star. Asteroid belt will get 2 precious points to St. Thomas Residential School, Tiruvananthapuram. That brings us to the end of your topic, Nakul. At the end of 4 specialized topics, the scores are these. St. Thomas Residential School, Tiruvananthapuram has made a steady start to their quiz. They are currently on 6 points. On the other side, their opponents, Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, are currently leading with 8 points. Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, the only gentleman remaining to make a choice from your team, happens to be Tejas Image. Tejas, what topic would you like to choose as your specialized topic?
Sir, I would like to choose Summer Olympics.
Let's open up the sports box. Your first question from the Summer Olympics is this. London has hosted the Summer Olympics 3 times, in 1908, in 1948, and 2012. And you can see the logos of all 3 London Olympics on the left. Your question is, which city will have hosted the Summer Olympics 3 times when the 2024 edition of the Games will be held there in less than 2 years from now? And your time begins now.
Sir, the answer is Paris.
Very, very confident, all 6 of these boys, because there is no hesitation, no semblance of guessing. There is just a question and a confident answer. What else can I say? But let's show you the answer. The Paris Olympics in 2024, and Paris is the city which we are looking for. That's 2 points to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. Very, very good going, Tejas. Let us ask you your second question on the Summer Olympics. Which city became the first in Asia to host the Olympics when the 1964 Summer Olympics were held there? The city has since hosted the Summer Olympics a second time in the recent past. And your time starts now.
I would like to go with Beijing, China.
You would like to go with Beijing in China. Rare miss by Tejas. Let us go to his teammates now. Asking Rohan and Satwik, 15 seconds on the clock. Who wants to answer?
I would like to guess Hong Kong.
You would like to guess Hong Kong, says Satwik. I don't think Hong Kong has hosted the Olympics ever. The first steal from your side. We will now go to St. Thomas Residential School and ask them 15 seconds on the clock. Who wants to take this?
I'll take this. The answer is Tokyo.
Let's take a look at the answer and see if he's right. Of course he is. Tokyo in 1964 and Tokyo 2020 was the name of the Olympics. But remember, they did not happen in 2020. They took place in 2021. 1 point to St. Thomas Residential School. Dave, you just answered a crucial steal for your team. Which of the 3 topics remaining on the screen would you like to pick as your specialized topic?
I'd like to go with deltas.
Let's open up the box on geography. The first question on deltas is this. Which river, the 3rd longest in Africa, breaks into a large number of branches to form a huge delta before emptying itself into the Gulf of Guinea? And there is a clue. There are 2 countries that bear the name of this delta within their names. So that's your clue. Your time begins now.
River Zambezi.
Zambezi, says Dave after a moment's thought. Not the answer I was looking for. I will now go to your teammates, Siddharth and Nakul. 15 seconds beginning now. Who wants to take this?
I'll take it, sir.
Go for it, Siddharth.
It's a guess. I think the answer is Congo.
You think the answer is Congo. Congo happens to be the 2nd longest river in Africa, not the 3rd. Going across for a steal to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. Who wants to take this? 15 seconds have started ticking.
Is it River Niger?
Let's take a look because there's no one else left to guess and see if somebody gets points for this. The Niger River is correct. And Satvik cannot believe himself. 1 point to Sri Kumaran Children's Home. Let us go back to Dev now and ask him his second question on deltas. What name is given to the mangrove area in the delta formed by the confluence of the Ganges, the Brahmaputra, and the Meghna rivers in the Bay of Bengal? And your time starts now.
The Sundarbans.
The Sundarbans, says Dev Narayan. What else can I say? But Sundar answer. Let's take a look at the answer. The Sundarbans is correct. Some say it gets its name from the Sundari river or goddess. Some say it is because it's just Sundarbans, which is beautiful forest. 2 points to St. Thomas Residential School. That brings us to the team play segment of today's South Zone final. Sri Kumaran Children's Home Malasandra, a quick 5 seconds to discuss and tell me which of the two topics remaining on the grid would you like to play? Is it bats or is it teaching children?
Sir, we'd like to go with teaching children.
All the very best, Malasandra. Let's open up the box on history. Your first question to be played as a team is this. Which early education system based on playing, singing, practical activities such as drawing and social interaction has a name which means children's garden in German? The term was coined by German pedagogue Friedrich Frobel in 1840. And your time starts now.
Kindergarten. Right?
So our final answer is kindergarten.
He says our final answer is kindergarten because that could mean children's garden in German. Let's take a look at the answer. Kindergarten is correct. The German word for child is kind. The German word for children is Kinder, and Garten, of course, means garden in German as well. 2 points to Sri Kumaran Children's Home. Your second question is this. On your left, you will see a lady. In 1907, which Italian educator opened her first school and daycare center for working class children in Rome and devised a style of early education for children which now bears her name? And your time starts now.
Sir, our final answer is Maria Montessori.
Let's take a look at the answer and see if you're right. Maria Montessori or Maria Montessori is correct. 2 points yet again to Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. Now we come to St. Thomas Residential School, Tiruvananthapuram. Of course, the only topic left to play for you is bats. So you can go to bat on that wicket, which says bats from the world of flora and fauna. St. Thomas Residential School, Tiruvananthapuram. Let us open up your box on bats from the world of flora and fauna. Your first question is this. On the left, you will see an image of what looks like something put together in a laboratory, but it's very much natural. What is the common two-word name of the large fruit bats of the family Pteropodidae, so called because of their long muzzles resembling those of another animal? These bats play a vital role in pollination, though they also sometimes spread disease. I'm looking for a two-word name, and your time starts now.
It's a common two-word name. Fox bat.
All right, your time is up. I need a final answer from St. Thomas now.
The final answer would be fox bat.
Not the answer I'm looking for. Going across on the steel to Sri Kumaran Children's Home. 15 seconds have begun. Who wants to answer this?
I think we should go with wolf bat. Our final answer is wolf bat.
Your final answer is wolf bat. Both teams assuming that bat will form a part of the name, which is one of the words, which is not the case here. St. Thomas Residential School identifying the animal which it resembles very, very closely, but they are not called fox bats. They're called something else. Let's take a look at the answer. They're called flying fox or flying foxes. No matter, St. Thomas, a lot of questions to go yet. Let us show you your second question on bats. Many bats locate objects and prey by using sound waves that are reflected back to the emitter bat. This method of locating objects is called blank location. I want you to give me the 4 missing letters at the beginning of that word without repeating your answer in a way. Your time starts now.
Echolocation. So echo.
Echolocation, so echo. There was a clue in that question without repeating your answer. Let's take a look at the answer and give you your well-deserved points. Echolocation is correct. Echolocation will get you 2 points, St. Thomas. It also brings us to the end of all 8 specialized topics from the grid. And now would be a good time to take a look at the scores. At this moment, the team from St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram, is on a very healthy score of 11 points. Leading at this moment, maintaining that hold on the lead, are their opponents from Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, who are currently on 15 points. Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra, which of the 2 mystery boxes would you like to play as your mystery box today?
So mystery box 1.
Let us open up mystery box number 1. Your first question is this. Which large Mediterranean island, also infamous for connections with organized crime, is located just off what is geographically called the toe of Italy's boot on the map? And your time starts now.
Sicily. Sicily is it an island?
Sicily or yes.
Sicily is the largest mafia.
There's one that belongs to France.
Right, I can go with. Okay, so our final answer is Sicily.
Let's take a look at the answer and see if they pick up points. Sicily is correct. And if you see, that is the map of Italy. It does look very much like a high-top boot or a shoe. 2 points is what Sri Kumaran Children's Home will pick up. That's a good answer. Let us take you to the second question from your mystery box. In 1610, using a telescope that had been invented just 2 years earlier, which Italian astronomer made the first observation of Jupiter's moons, Iowa, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, which you can see marked in red there. These moons now collectively bear this gentleman's name, and your time starts now.
Galileo. Go for that, right? So our final answer is Galileo Galilei.
Let's take a look at the answer. Galileo Galilei it is, and of course he had such a large hand to play in the invention of the telescope as well. Very good answer. That's 2 points on the trot. Let us see if you can make it 3 in a row. Let us show you your third question. From Christian belief, what popular 2-word term for the entrance to heaven has its origin in chapter 21, verse 21 of the biblical book of Revelation? And your time starts now.
Entrance to heaven.
Yeah, you know, like Moses went to heaven.
Mount Sinai. No.
Sinai, yeah.
Mount Sinai. That isn't it.
Last 3
I have
seconds.
no idea.
Okay, your time is up. I need an answer
So
now.
our final answer is Mount Sinai.
Your final answer is Mount Sinai. That is where Moses got the 10 commandments. It's stuck in your head somehow. Not Mount Sinai. Let us go across very appropriately to St. Thomas Residential School. 15 seconds beginning now. What's your answer going to be? Last 3 seconds. All right. I need an answer now.
So we would like to pass.
You would like to pass. All right. Let's take a look at the answer. They are called the pearly gates. And the person who sits there is, of course, the person who keeps a watch or a record of all your sins and good deeds. And that is where it is decided whether you will enter heaven or you will be sent to hell. No one gets this. Let us go back to the grid. That brings us to an end of the mystery box played by Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Malasandra. Now is the turn to shine for St. Thomas Residential School from Thiruvananthapuram. Let us open up mystery box number 2. Your first question for team play is this. The Bass Strait separates which smallest state of Australia, famous for a tiger and a devil, as well as for ex-Test captains like Ricky Ponting and Tim Payne, from the mainland of Australia? And your time starts now.
The final answer is Tasmania.
Your final answer is Tasmania, the Tasmanian devil, the Tasmanian tiger, and Ricky Ponting and Tim Payne as well, who are no less devils or tigers if you ask ex-cricketers in my book. Let's take a look at the answer and see if you're right. Of course, you are. Right at the bottom, you see Tasmania. 2 points to St. Thomas Residential School. That's a good start, boys. Let's show you your second question. The first successful ascent of which mountain, which is the third highest mountain in the world, was achieved by Joe Brown and George Band in May 1955. In deference to local customs, they stopped just short of the summit, a tradition which climbers follow to this day. And your time starts now.
Mount Kanchenjunga.
Mount Kanchenjunga, but you have not prefixed those 4 magic words. You want to add them too?
Our final answer would be Mount Kanchenjunga.
Your final answer would be Mount Kanchenjunga, and a good answer. Let's take a look at that answer slide. Mount Kanchenjunga is correct, and such a beautiful image that is. If that does not call out to us in order to become mountaineers, I don't know what else will. A good 2 points yet again. Let us see if you'll be the only team in today's final to make it 3 out of 3. Let us show you your third question from the mystery box. In the human body, what is the name for the system collectively that consists of ductless internal glands? They don't have ducts that release hormones directly into the bloodstream. The major glands of this system include the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, pancreas, ovaries, testes, and the thyroid gland, among others. And your time starts now.
Our final answer would be endocrine system.
Your final answer would be the endocrine system, and these would therefore be the endocrine or endocrine glands. Let's take a look at the answer. The endocrine system is correct. What a beautiful answer to end this quiz by the boys from St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram. The scores at the end of today's quiz are these. The team from St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram, captained by Siddharth Kumar Gopal, ably assisted by his lieutenants Nakul Sham and Dev Narayan V, have finished with a rocking score of 17 points. Winning today's quiz are the boys from Sri Kumar and Children's Home Malasandra, captained by Satvik RK, ably assisted by his 2 lieutenants Rohan Rajiv Bharadwaj, the youngest, and Tejas MH, bringing up the team. They finish with a score of 19 points, and they will be crowned the South Zone champions of Smartacus 2022. Sri Kumar and Children's Home Malasandra win today's South Zone final. They will advance into the rest of the remaining phases of this quiz. Congratulations, boys. My commiserations to the lion-hearted team from St. Thomas Residential School, Thiruvananthapuram. Thank you very much. I will see all of you some other day in some other quiz. For now, goodbye and God bless.